As you can see, everything underneath the hood looks pretty stock. We are going to actually be spray painting the engine cover. It looks pretty good. Definitely has that textured finish here. I'm very happy that we ended up painting these red stripes. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and in today's video we're going to be working on the Supra today. So what we're going to try to do is try to make it a little more nicer, a little more unique and custom underneath the hood. So let's check out what we're actually going to do. Alright guys, as you can see, everything underneath the hood looks pretty stock. What I'm actually going to be working on is the beauty cover, aka the engine cover of the car. There's actually a lot of different aftermarket options that's available for the engine cover. A lot of them are actually not that cheap. Some of them are really expensive, a couple $100s for a carbon fiber one, and I'm not about that. I'm all about doing things yourself, doing things custom. So hopefully we don't screw this up too bad. You might be asking, what does it matter what my engine cover looks like? And that's actually a really good question. Whenever you go to car meets and car shows, people take great pride in what their engine compartment looks like, and I'm actually one of those people, not specifically for the Supra, but on my M3, just because a lot of the stuff underneath there was fabricated, custom, and you know, I just take a lot of pride in my build. So I want to do the same approach with the Supra. I do want to spruce up the engine cover because it looks super stock, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do. But first things first is we're gonna go ahead and take this guy off, so let's get to it. Yeah. There we go. I mean, look how convoluted everything looks without that cover. Yeah, the M3 doesn't look like that. This is too complicated for me. But here we are. This is what we're working with. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take the engine cover outside and I'll show you exactly how we're gonna customize this guy. Alright guys, so we are now outside, and if you haven't guessed it yet, we are going to actually be spray painting the engine cover. So what we're going to be using is this stuff, the VHT Wrinkle Plus. It pretty much wrinkles up to make a really nice finish. So we're going to go ahead and try doing that on this. So I'm actually kind of in a race of time because the sun's kind of going down. I just got off of work, so we're trying to get this finished before the sun goes down. I already took the cover off here. What you're going to need is just some soapy water just to create a nice clean finish here on the engine cover. That way the paint can adhere nicely. So I'm actually kind of debating if I want to keep some of this red trim on here. I might just have that taped off before we start spray painting. Don't forget the little Q-tip that goes right here. So what I'm going to do right now is take some of this painter's tape and cover up this Toyota emblem, because I do want this to stay the same color that it is now. Actually, I'm wondering if I can just pop the emblem off. Yeah, that's going to be kind of tough because the emblem is actually, looks like plastic melted onto there. So that's going to be a bitch to get out, so we're just going to cover it up. Alright guys, so it looks like the sun's kind of coming down a little bit. I want to make sure when I spray paint this, you guys can pretty much see what we're doing. So I think we're going to wrap it up for today. I just got done prepping everything. So we pretty much got the logo all covered up, and I tried to get this as straight as possible for that red line down the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back in the house because it's kind of chilly outside. I'm going to make sure all my lines look straight, and then we'll go ahead and hit it with paint tomorrow in the morning. So we'll see you then. Alright guys, we're back. It is a different day. We are in morning time here, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this all painted. So what I ended up doing was I took off that blue painter's tape over here. I figured it will just be a little better stealthy design if I just had it all black. This piece here is gonna stay that chrome shiny piece. I think worst case scenario, if this doesn't turn out well, I'll just end up popping this thing out, breaking the plastic clips in the back and just getting a new one. But otherwise, I think we're ready to paint. We just wiped everything all down, so let's get started. Let's see, we know how to spray paint. So first coat vertically, second coat horizontally, third coat diagonally, allowing 5 minutes between each coat. A relatively heavy film thickness is required for the product to wrinkle. So let's go ahead and get started with the first coat, wait 5 minutes, second, again, and then we're gonna do the third. And then I'm gonna use the heat gun. That way we can make sure this thing wrinkles quick and see what the finished product looks like. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so first coat is pretty much done. This is what it looks like. Still fairly wet. You're not going to see it wrinkle up right now, but doesn't look too bad. Hoping that all that looks good once we take the tape off, but we shall continue. Alright, second coat. Alright, so we just got done spraying the 3 coats. So what we're going to do now is wait for this thing to dry. I am going to help it out by using some heat with the heat gun right there. And we'll see what the finish looks like. Hopefully everything all wrinkles up. As of right now, everything kind of looks like an orange peel kind of look. Wrinkling a little bit in some areas. But let's hit it with a heat gun and let's see what it looks like after. So we just got done hitting it with a little bit of heat, and I'm pretty happy the way it looks so far. It is starting to wrinkle up a little bit. I think it's going to wrinkle up even more when it's fully cured and fully dry, but this is what it kind of looks like right now. So as you can see, there's a lot more texture now in the engine cover. A couple of areas that it's a little more than others, but I think like places like this will start to wrinkle up even more. I did lay it down pretty heavy down the middle. Man, and right here, this hasn't dried up completely yet either, so you can kind of see that it's not as wrinkly as the center portion, but for what it is, it's not too bad. This area here, we're gonna have to wait and see what it looks like once we take the tape off the Toyota emblem. If it looks kind of janky, a couple of options. I can either take the entire emblem off and get a new one, or I can just paint that one over with wrinkle paint as well, or just say whatever, fuck it, and just leave it the way it is. But we'll wait until it fully dries and we'll take that off. But yeah, I think this looks a lot better than what it did before. It was just kind of plain. We did remove that tape here like I said we would. A couple of areas here that I kind of deep cut with the box cutter. You can kind of see it, but it kind of blends in nicely with the wrinkle paint. But I'm pretty happy that we did that, because I think it looks a lot better all black as opposed to having like one big red glossy area here that doesn't have wrinkle paint. I think that would have kind of thrown everything off. But if I really wanted to, I could even go back and just paint this red with some paint and a brush. And yeah, but anyways, this looks pretty good. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is bring this back inside, let it cure, let it harden for about 24 hours. I'm going to take the tape off, throw it back in the car, and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like back inside the engine bay. So stay tuned, coming right back. Good afternoon. It is a new day, and we finally got the engine cover back in the car. And I can't wait to show you guys. So let me show you what it looks like. It looks pretty cool. All right, guys, so this is what it looks like. It definitely has a textured finish. Yeah, it looks pretty good. you can see that there's definitely a textured finish now. I'm very happy that we ended up painting those red stripes. I think it looks a lot cleaner this way. Here's another angle right over here. So if you have an A90 Super, you can definitely tell that this is not the stock color configuration that it came with from factory. As far as the emblem goes, I think I did a pretty good job covering everything up. There are a couple of interesting looking areas in between the logo. I think the wrinkle paint kind of had a hard time getting in there. You can kind of see it right there on camera, but otherwise it looks pretty good. I'm very, very happy with the outcome and the way it looks. It wrinkled up pretty good. I think if I had laid down the paint even thicker, it would have probably wrinkled even more, but for what it is, I'm pretty happy. Now, what I'm debating is actually maybe wrinkling the intake. I don't think until they can have a carb legal part here in California, I'm gonna replace the intake anytime soon, but maybe to spruce it up, I might end up doing that as well to this. But I'm also thinking about doing it over here on this side here. This is actually just the ECU cover. So I might do that as well in this black color, or maybe I'll switch it up and paint it red, or maybe paint it gray just to give it some contrast, because this color comes in blue, red, gray, and black. So let me know what you guys think, or should I just paint these the same color as the engine cover, or should I leave the engine cover black and then paint these gray to kind of give it a contrast? Let me know, guys. And just an update, so if you follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I ordered a part online for the Supra. What that part is actually a Blitz strut brace. I'll show you that right now. Essentially, I had ordered this through a website, a very well-known website, and they had told me that it was actually back-ordered, pre-ordered 2 days after I had initially ordered it. They didn't say that on the website. That's kind of a bummer, but they said they don't have live inventory to update their website. So they said that it's back-ordered essentially until a month out. So hopefully that comes in pretty soon. I really like the way that Blitz strut brace looks like in comparison to the Cusco strut brace, because that one's blue and silver and this one's black and red. So I think that's going to match it really well, especially with our new engine cover, and I'm hoping that comes in hopefully pretty soon. But like I said, it's back ordered. So another thing, guys, another reason why we ended up doing this, the stock cover, is because the aftermarket ones are really nice, the carbon fiber ones, the painted ones, but the problem is I'm not going to pay hundreds of dollars for an engine cover that you're barely going to see. The reason why we only did this is because whenever we go to car meets or anything, and I know the motor is stock, everything is stock other than the Veer's heat shield down there, you know, it's just nice to just pop your hood and just be different from the crowd. So if you're a Supra owner and you're wondering if you can paint over the plastic engine cover, especially with the wrinkle paint, it definitely works. Give it a shot. They do have different colors. If you're savvy enough, you can paint it red. I was debating if I wanted to paint it gray, but I kind of wanted it to kind of match everything else, and maybe we'll just hold off until the Blitz tower brace comes in. That way we can see what everything looks like when it's meshed together. But yeah, that's pretty much the finished product, guys. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. This one was a little short one, but I actually wanted to do this myself, to customize everything. I know some people might say, hey, it's a little ricer to be painting stuff under the hood, but to be honest, I'd rather do this stuff and customize it myself than to buy something online that everyone else uses. And on top of that too, this is just a little experiment for myself, because I wanted to see if this wrinkle paint would actually work on a plastic engine cover. So if you're out there just like me, and you're wondering if this thing will work on plastic, it definitely will. I've seen people use these on valve cover gaskets that are obviously metal, Honda motors, Mazda motors, other motors like that, where you can essentially just paint over it and it wrinkles up to create that nice little film. I figured, hey, let's try this out on the Supra cover, and if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then maybe I'll fork up the couple hundred and get one of those cool carbon fiber ones. But luckily for us, everything worked out perfect. I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. So essentially, guys, again, this is this VHT Wrinkle paint. It's called Wrinkle Plus. They come in 4 different colors, and check it out if you want to try customizing it yourself on your own engine covers and valve cover gaskets, or valve covers, and your engine covers or valve covers. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, follow me on my channel, I greatly appreciate it. Coming up, I do have a couple of cool events we're going to. We're going to be checking out another drift event with our boy Ninja, and our friend Charlton, I think, is going to be coming along with us, so that's going to be pretty fun. And then on top of that, we also have a trunk or treat coming up in collaboration with Super Drive. That's going to actually be a day after our drift event, so look out for that video too. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Remember, respect your elders. Peace.